I have done that. Now I'll just go ahead to the machine. I'll just go to the machine now and sew all that. Join these two ends together this way, and you make sure you follow the curve. There is a curve, make sure you follow it. You follow it very well. Come in, make sure you follow the curve till you get there. And after you've done that, you come to this other side, you place the other one too, and follow the curve like that. So yeah, I'll go back to my machine now and do that and show you guys what I have. So guys, this is how it is when I've ironed it out. Because I used a very soft padding. I don't want the over thick ones, so I use a very soft padding. That's why it sees nothing like this. But if my boobs is under that, let's see. Yeah, so what's going to give me if my boobs is under that? It's going to give me very. Let me face it this way for you guys to also see each other way. So this is how my boob is going to sit inside here if my boobs is there. So guys, so after that, now I'll go join the lining piece for this. And when I join everything together, I'll just come back and show you guys what's next. So guys, in cutting out the strap for the armhole, because we didn't use the yoke, so we're cutting out the strap for that. And what I'm going to do is, the yoke I removed was 8-inch yoke. Remember, for my armhole, that was where we cut it for the remaining yoke. So I'm just going to, whatever I had on that yoke there, I'll measure it out. Sorry, I don't know why I kept that yoke. I'm not using it. So I think I've swept it out. But we had 8 inches on that yoke. So 8 inches divided by 2, we have 16. So it's 16 we are going to cut out. 16, we have 16 here. We have 16. Then we're just going to add 1 inch. That is for attaching it to the top of the blouse, half inch at the front and at the back. Just going to do that with it 17 inch. Go ahead and cut from that 17 inch. Yeah, we had 2 here, so we'll go ahead now, go to the machine, and we'll just run a stitch here and open it, run a stitch on it and open it and iron. That's what I'm going to do now. Now let me show you guys how you put it. You take this one like this, you put it here in front. Make sure that you see this line in the middle of here, make sure that it is lapping on it a bit. Then you put that, take the back part, put it on top it. Make sure the back part, these 2 stitches are meeting each other there. Then you take it, use your pin to hold that down like this. Use your pin to hold that down like this. You come to your middle, make sure the 2 middle are meeting. Look at them, they should meet there. You also take it from there the same way you did the other one. Make sure it's in but it's lapping a bit. You put it on top, let these 2 meet. Open up your stitches, then you pin like this. So that is pin. When we sew and everything, it's going to come out like this. So let me just go and do that. But before I do that, please put your hemming gum. You sew with your hemming gum. As you place your clothes on the machine, you put your hemming gum, then you hold that and sew on top the hemming gum.
So guys, this is how I join my back piece to my front piece without trying to confuse myself for anything. So I'll just place the front part like this, put down the lining, and I'll put the strap on top. Place the strap very well on that line, on the joining line. So I'll go ahead and put the front piece to the back piece, right sides facing each other.
Guys, here is how I lock it from inside. I went ahead to take your bust measurement. Make sure to take your measurement. You're putting your hand inside like this. Take it inside very well. My bust is 36. I divided 36 by 2. I have 18. I mark my 18 here. Whatever inches I have remaining here, my inches many here is 5. I share that into 2. I'll share my 5 inches into 2. What I have here is almost 2.5. I'll mark that like this and mark the other one on the other side, and mark this other one, the remaining one, on this side. Then my under bust is 32. 32 divided by 2, I have 16. So I'll go ahead now and put that. You stretch your under bust. Here is my 16. Then I'll go ahead and divide what I have, the remaining inches I have here. I have 3 inches remaining here. I went ahead to divide that. That is almost 1.5. I mark that here. The other one, I mark it here. Then on my waistline, my waist is 28. I went ahead to mark that. That gave me 14. So 14 inches here. Divide what I have. The remaining inches I have here is almost 3. I divide that and I mark that here. And I went on the other side and mark that too. So basically this is how you just get your measurements. So guys, this is it. Go ahead and do the same thing for here. So that is that. I'll go ahead and mark the same thing for the lining piece, and I'll also do the same for the back. Then I'll show you guys how I put it together and join it.
Okay guys, so this, I've pinned it already. The front inches is quite more than the back, so that is why I have, you're seeing some excess at the front part. So I'll just go ahead now. I already pinned that. I'll go ahead and run a stitch where my pins are, and on the other side too. This is how you lock from the inside. You join lining to lining and fabric to fabric. So that's what I'm going to do now. At the end of the day, this is what I'm supposed to have, this kind of inseam. So I'll go to my machine and join that. After joining it, I will open it and iron and bring it back for you all to see. So guys, this is what I have after I have joined it from the inside. Are we seeing how it's looking like from the inside? Very neat from the front. So just go ahead and keep the front piece. We're going to take 1.5 inch. I'll go ahead and use my iron to iron it. That's 1.5 inch for our sewing allowance. So I'll just keep the top part outside because we are done with the top part already. So guys, we have moved to the back piece now. How we're going to join that is we're going to join fabric to fabric and lining to lining. So that's what we are doing now. For the fabric to fabric, we're going to take, please mark it. If you know your fabric is like mine, that is hard to differentiate the front from the back, just go ahead and like put a chalk for you to know. So I'm just going to go to my machine now, and this is the front and one side of the back. I'm not going to join my back together, like the two back together. I will not do that. I'll go ahead and join the sides first. After doing that, for the it's 1.5 inch we left for sewing allowance, I'll just go and use 1.5 inch to hold that there, and on the other side too with the other piece of the back. And I'll do the same thing for the lining, iron and bring it back for you guys to see what I have. So guys, so this is what our skirt is looking like. This is the back piece and the front piece joined together. Look at it. But I've not just closed the zipper allowance yet because, and I did the same thing for the lining. So what we're going to do now is face this to the back, face this to the front, I mean to the right side. The right side should be facing you. Then you face the lining right side this way too. Then you go ahead and match that there like this. Use 1/2 inches to sew that there. Do the same thing for the other side too. So guys, this is what So guys, this is the back. I've already joined everything together. What I'm just doing here now is I'm going in by 1.5 inch. The 1.5 inch we have for our zip allowance, and I'm just pinning that down. So that's what I'm just doing here. I'm just going in by 1.5 inch and using my pin to hold that down for now. So guys, this is the skirt now. When I have gone ahead to I've used pin to hold the back. So this is what I have now. So I'm just going to determine how I want my curve to be, the length and every other thing. So mine, I want to start my own curve from 19. I want my slit to start from 19. And you also determine if you want it to be on the left or the right, wherever you want it to be. It's just your own choice to make. Me, I want to come down by 19. You can choose to come down by 20, 21, whichever one is good for you, you can actually do. So I came down by 19 and I want my slit to be open on the left side. So this is the left side. I'm going to just go ahead and use my free hand to give that curve, or to make that curve. So this is how I want the curve to be. This is how I want it down. I want this side to be thinner, and it's just your choice. If you want to do it just half. So I'm just going to go ahead now and trim that out like this. So guys, this is what I have after I cut that out and remove the pin from the back zip allowance. What I'm going to do now is I'll go to my machine and just follow that line, join the lining to the fabric. I'll just go and sew everything like that. You can use your pin to hold it so that it doesn't shift. I'm going to use my pin to hold this. I'll just sew that and sew here too. So when I'm done sewing all those parts and ironing, I will bring it for you guys to see. Please don't get confused. And if you have brown paper starting from the beginning, probably you should just cut on your brown paper or your whatever drafting paper you have.
So guys, look what we have here. I have gone ahead to join all that. Where I stopped telling you guys was here. Okay, I've already stitched that from inside. Here you can use hemming gum to sew, but it's optional. It's your choice. Look at what the back looks like. I've gone ahead to also put my zip. I just did that. I turned it out from the waist side. You know, we didn't close the waist, so mainly I sewed that from inside. I turned it out from the waist side and I joined the waist to the skirt to the top part, and I just fixed my zip. That was basically what I just did. I've not ironed or anything, and this is what it looks like already. So right, let's go ahead now and cut the flounce, the stuff at the front. Let me show you guys how I cut. Guys, look at it. When I have put all my papers there already, I went ahead to gum the middle and the both sides. How the layers I used is I used 3 layers, 3 layers, and 3 layers, 3 layers. So when I close here together like this, I have 6 layers, and if I close it the middle, I have 6 layers too. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I did that through the whole end, so I'm just going to turn that like this. Go ahead and stitch. I will close here, down there. I'll just leave a small part that I can use to turn it out, and I'll just close every other place. So I'll go and iron that and show you guys how we're going to go about the next step. So guys, look at it. When I have put all my papers there already, I went ahead to gum the middle and the both sides. The layers I used is I used 3 layers, 3 layers, and 3 layers, 3 layers. So when I close here together like this, I have 6 layers, and if I close it the middle, I have 6 layers too. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I did that through the whole end, so I'm just going to turn that like this. Go ahead and stitch. I will close here, down there. I'll just leave a small part that I can use to turn it out, and I'll just close every other place. So I'll go and iron that and show you guys how we're going to go about the next step.
Do now is put the elastic, and how we are going to do that is by when you place your elastic on your machine, you go ahead and gather it a bit, stretch your elastic and sew. I'm going to show you guys how I do that on my machine so that you at least see what I'm talking about. So I wanted to show you guys how I'm sewing it on the machine. I did not just go ahead to only use the elastic. I did not just draw the elastic. What I do is I just gather a bit. We're using gathers pleating to do this. I'll just gather that a bit, then I will pull the elastic this way and sew. So that's what I just keep doing. Guys, this is it. After I'm done sewing, I went ahead to iron, but the ironing this is quite different. You're just going to place it. You don't have to stretch it or anything. Just keep it the way it is, like this, and iron it just like that. That's what I've done for everything. So I'm going to go ahead now and place it the way I want and bring it back to show you guys.
Voila, guys, this is the end result. This is what I had at the end of the day. I went ahead to place my flounce however I wanted it. So go ahead and place your flounce whichever way you want to place it. Please, if you've not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Give this video a very big thumbs up and drop your comments in the comment section. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate. See you guys in my next video. Bye.